This is a watch that breaks every rule you've ever known, combining avant-garde design with mechanical artistry like nothing else. Welcome back to the Distinct Timepieces YouTube channel, where today I'll be reviewing the M.A.D. Edition's M.A.D'1. This is one of the most exciting watches out there. My ownership journey has been a mix of highs and lows, and I'll share it all, including my experience with repairs. Let's get started. First, a bit of a backstory. M.A.D. Editions was founded in 2021 by MB&F's founder Max Büsser. MB&F, which stands for Max Büsser and Friends, is an independent watch brand that specializes in creating very limited, futuristic and unconventional timekeeping machines. They typically retail between 5 and 6 figures. Despite specializing in high-end, low-production timepieces, Büsser wanted to create a more accessible watch for a long time, and that's how M.A.D. Editions came about. The M.A.D. Editions brand was silently launched with the M.A.D'1 Blue, a timepiece offered as an act of gratitude exclusively to those who supported the growth of MB&F, namely suppliers and customers of the brand. These two select categories of people, known as the Friends and the Tribe, essentially had the chance of getting a mechanical art device with that MB&F flair of creativity at a much more accessible price of 1,900 Swiss francs. To no surprise, the M.A.D'1 Blue received an overwhelmingly positive response. Hopeful enthusiasts wrote to the brand to express their interest in purchasing the watch should it ever be offered to the general public. An offer to the general public it was. Fortunately for those interested, Büsser responded to the high levels of demand with a slightly improved follow-up version in 2022, available this time to a wider audience. The result was the M.A.D'1 Red, followed by the M.A.D'1 Green in 2023, and then most recently in 2024, the M.A.D'1 Time to Love, and a redefined slimmer version known as the M.A.D'1 S. But getting your hand on one of these watches was no easy task. Similar to how MB&F associates were offered the chance to purchase a M.A.D'1 Blue, passionate fans who expressed interest early were given priority access to the first batch of the updated M.A.D'1 Red, priced at 2,900 Swiss francs plus taxes. And then, after the most loyal supporters had been rewarded with an allocation, a raffle system was introduced due to limited production capacity. Entrants had limited time to join each raffle, with only a small fraction of entrants receiving an order link. Around 3,000 red pieces were allocated across 2 raffles, 1,500 green pieces in 1 raffle, and a small batch of green models with a clover on the crown were reserved for dedicated fans who missed all 3. The Time to Love edition, priced slightly higher at 3,200 Swiss francs plus taxes, was limited to 999 pieces, and the slimmer M.A.D'1 S retained this higher price, with 1,500 units allocated in its first raffle. Loyal participants were granted double chances to win. In addition to the core M.A.D'1 models, limited off-market pieces were produced in special configurations, including 30 pieces in a gold and dark green combo to celebrate 30 years of friendship with the Corvo family, a favorite of mine, and a pink version for breast cancer awareness. The M.A.D'1 S is also available in purple, but it's exclusive to MB&F Tribe members, which basically means you must own an MB&F to purchase it. Despite the M.A.D'1's relatively accessible price, securing one was rare, requiring luck and patience, leaving many disappointed. As a result, secondary market prices once soared above 10k, but have since declined to near retail. Now let's take a look at the watch in detail. A glance at the M.A.D'1 immediately grabs attention, whether you love it or hate it. While several watches on the market feature spinning elements, none are quite executed like this. The M.A.D'1's unique K-shape is reminiscent of cartoon character Ben 10's Omnitrix watch, and the captivating rotor, which has the satisfying allure of a fidget spinner, make it truly stand out. The crown hints that the case is inspired by a turtle. Whatever the inspiration for this watch was, Max Büsser and his team's creativity really shines through. The true showstopper, however, is the battle axe rotor. Made from a combination of titanium and tungsten, it features a brushed finish with carefully beveled edges, giving it an aggressive yet sophisticated look. But when it begins to spin, it's absolutely mesmerizing and addictive. A simple flick of a wrist sets it into motion, and thanks to its superluminova, it becomes a dazzling spectacle in the dark. The spinning rotor is possible thanks to the Japanese Mayota 8315 movement, chosen for its unidirectional winding. In an unexpected twist, the movement is inverted within the case, allowing the rotor to spin freely in one direction. To operate the watch, you use the crown, which is located at the top of the case, definitely not a typical setup. Wind it up with 51 turns and you'll have an impressive 60-hour power reserve. Time setting is simple, and there's a stop seconds feature to aid in accurate adjustment, though the absence of a second hand and precise minute track makes this feature redundant. So by this point you're probably asking the question, how do you read the time? And rightly so, because this is also unconventional on this watch. The M.A.D'1 features two aluminium discs that display the time laterally. It's designed for drivers. The lateral display allows you to easily read the time while your hand is on your car's steering wheel. However, due to the inverted movement, the time is displayed in the opposite direction, a quirk you'll quickly have to get used to. For example, in this shot, the extremely legible and sporty Arabic numerals read 9:23, and in this shot the time reads 2:37. You get the gist. Above all, the Miyota 8315 movement is an economic choice that significantly lowers the production cost of the M.A.D'1. It gets the job done, but its Japanese origin drew some criticism from purists who expect a Swiss-made movement at this price point. With the M.A.D'1S, however, this has now been addressed with a new Swiss movement. Now let's talk about the case, and I'm going to share my story about how I broke my M.A.D'1. The M.A.D'1 is built from brushed and polished 316L stainless steel with a 42mm diameter and an 18.8mm thickness. It sits wonderfully on larger wrists, but even smaller wrists can pull this off, which is rare for watches of this size. When broken down, the composition of this watch is actually quite simple, even though it looks complicated. The base is a unique X-shaped stainless steel flat plate with protruding lugs. A mineral glass tub sits on top of it and showcases the lateral time-telling cylinders, which are attached to the inverted movement above them. This is all encased under a scratch-resistant sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating, delivering a stunning aesthetic that truly stands out. The black textile strap lined in leather has a premium feel, as does the steel butterfly deployment clasp, a result of its combination of high-polished, sandblasted and brushed finish. It features a universal engraving that reads M.A.D', hinting that this clasp may be featured on future M.A.D' editions models. Two wonderfully integrated buttons provide smooth feedback to release one side of the clasp, while the other wing is opened by pulling with force. While the M.A.D'1 excels in its design, there's definitely room for improvement. Specifically, the M.A.D'1 logo and the crown quality could use a little refinement. The mineral glass tub could also have been upgraded to sapphire crystal for added durability and increased quality. This brings me to share my personal experience. So here's a story. Last year at Watches and Wonders in Geneva, I dropped my M.A.D'1 and the case shattered into hundreds of pieces. This happened just as I was about to fly out of Switzerland, so ironically, I had to ship the watch back to Geneva for repairs. The M.A.D' team was incredibly responsive. Once they received the watch, they inspected it very quickly and informed me that it was broken beyond repair because glass shards had entered the movement. The only option they offered was to purchase a replacement watch at about 50% of the retail price. And that's exactly what I did. The only positive way to look at this is that I got a brand new M.A.D'1 back rather than a repaired one. When my replacement watch finally arrived, it came with a Lego gift and a handwritten note from the M.A.D' product manager, who made the whole experience feel a lot better even though there were some customs issues and shipping delays. Now up to this point, I had never really thought about after sales or servicing of this watch, but it made me do some research. Here's what you need to know. The M.A.D'1 comes with a 1-year warranty and the recommended servicing interval is every 4 to 6 years. However, the watch should only be serviced by MB&F, which is something to keep in mind if you ever need a repair. The M.A.D'1 comes with a felt travel pouch, and honestly, when I first got it, I dismissed it. But I have to say, it's actually pretty practical for protecting the watch. It prevents it from getting scratched, but for absolute peace of mind, I now make sure to keep my M.A.D'1 in a distinct timepieces watch roll, as the rigid structure and secure closing system keeps it protected. You can shop for these on our website distincttimepieces.com. Overall, the M.A.D'1 is a stunning watch and I love it despite the incident I had. It's a true standout in design, and owning one feels like being part of a small exclusive club. The green variant is my personal favorite, but the red version is equally striking. Both look even better in person than in photos. The watch takes me back to the first time I tried on an MB&F, specifically the purple HM3 Frog X, which is a limited edition of 10 pieces with a retail price of $152K. To be able to enjoy a creation from the same minds behind MB&F for a fraction of that price is nothing short of incredible, and the fact that the M.A.D'1 is priced to be accessible doesn't take away from the exclusivity of wearing one. These watches are produced in very limited batches and it's still a very niche product. Büsser could have easily used this same case design for an MB&F timepiece with more premium materials and a higher end movement, and could have commanded a retail price over 5 figures with lower production quantities. The M.A.D'1 truly is a gift to the watch community, but at the same time, it's definitely not charity, and it's a very clever business move, allowing Büsser to tap into a wider demographic. Getting people to part with over 3,000 Swiss francs for a watch with a sub $100 Miyota movement is quite an achievement, and buying this watch is a luxury for sure. For the same kind of money, there's an abundance of excellent alternatives to choose from that perhaps offer more in terms of build quality, robustness, and longevity. However, nothing compares to the M.A.D'1 aesthetically. The value in this watch is in the design and in the engineering. It's about celebrating creativity and craftsmanship. The M.A.D Editions team have put a lot of effort into this watch, and without all the work behind it, such a niche product would have never existed. You have to look at this watch from a different perspective to when you're buying an ordinary luxury watch. This is the kind of watch to purchase when you already have a solid watch collection and want to add something fun to wear from time to time, and it's sure to turn heads. If you're lucky enough to own one, treat it with care. It's a timepiece that deserves it. Let me know your thoughts about the M.A.D Editions M.A.D'1 down below in the comments. Which color variant is your favorite? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.